Straight out the boot room to Wembley, our second home. We come to conquer, no, we never walk alone. We dominate the cream of the crop, drawing all our strength from the roar of the cock. It's all for one and one for all. Pass a move, we're talking total football. Here we go again, Roy's red machine. Liverpool, the greatest team the world has ever seen. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, it's the Liverpool crew. Pass a move, 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 it's the Liverpool crew.
Hello and welcome back to the Liverpool Groove. Apologies for no episode last week. I was a little under the weather and I was a big shit out and I didn't want to do it because it would have sounded unenthused and it just wouldn't have been worth it. So here we are, we're back. The derby is over and done with. There's no real talking points, was there, let's be honest. Nah, you know what? It was a standard derby. We battered them for 90 minutes. Sorry, for 89 minutes and 40, let's say 7 seconds. We battered them because they had a header in the first 12 seconds. And that was the extent of their attack for the entire game. But yeah, it was a safe standard derby, really. I find it amazing. They've managed to convince themselves that they lost because the officiating was shit and not because they're shit and are the epitome of anti-football. I said this on Twitter. They are the new Burnley. They'll probably stay up because they'll sneak a few wins because they just bully teams now, or try to at least. But the shit, they've gone backwards so much. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I couldn't even really get up for it, lad. Like, the derby to me used to be like the best game, and you get up and you'd feel sick and that. As the day goes on and the hours go by, then it starts feeling a bit closer to that. But say I'm usually fucking proper keen for the whole week before it, and it's just another game now. Just is another game. Obviously, it's great to win. It's great to rub salt in their wounds when they're crying and moaning. And, you know, I've seen some sick comments that you'd obviously expect from them now because that's what they're like. I've seen some fair comments as well. But in a nutshell, they were shite. There was literally, they never threatened us once, bar after that Calvert-Lewin header that he should have scored. And that sums them up. They have an attack like that. They just sat in. They'd have completely ruined the game because they'd have just sat in for 90 minutes then. All the decisions that have been made were correct. The ones that should have been made, unlucky is what it is. It's football. It's human error. It happens, doesn't it?
Well, that's it. And that's what we got told. And again, I said this on Twitter, you know, we complained about the officiating. We got told to get on with it. It's football. It happens. We got laughed at. We got told to fuck off because it does. And so this is what you get. This is the standard of football officiating you get. And every other team who told us to fuck off and get on with it, you deserve every bad decision that goes against you because you're not willing to stand up and fight for it.
And we weren't just fighting for us. We were using other examples. Like on the same weekend, the Brentford penalty. You know what I mean? We weren't just saying Liverpool. We were saying, look at how bad it's getting to where something like this can happen. Yeah, it's against us and we're fucking fuming. But we pulled up a number of other examples as well. Our fans were fighting for the better cause of football. And, you know, everyone told us to shut up and be quiet and pipe down. So, yeah, it is what it is. You fucking deserve what you get. And the officiating is going to get worse and worse. Pressure's going to get higher and mistakes are going to keep happening. But apparently we've just got to accept it and it's part of the game.
Yeah. Well, what I will say is I was watching Ref Watch on me dinner before and they said, I think it was the Newcastle game, their first goal had to get checked for offside. They gave offside on field and it was given in the end because it was right. And apparently what VAR said, the very first thing was, what's the on-field decision? And he said offside. So they've gone, okay. Then he knew what to check. So straight away from what the fallout of our game, that change has already been made. So now the starting with what is the on-field decision? There can't be any mistakes if that's the first thing they're asking, or at least you'd like to think so.
Yeah, that's right. And that's how, like, I don't know why it took a mistake like that. How there was that much of a lack of communication in the first place. Like, it should have always been the first thing that was asked. What's your decision? But say, fucking baffling. That Tottenham game, well, gone. You know, we don't know where we're going to be at the end of the season, but that effectively could cost us a league title. Or we can still get over the line. Let's see where we're at. But we're fighting for the greater good of football, not just ourselves. And as long as people aren't I'd rather laugh at us when shit goes against us and then still moan when it goes against them. Then the hypocrisy's there and they deserve it.
Yeah, couldn't have said it any better. So speaking of decisions, let's go from let's do them in order. So Ashley Young, 2 yellow cards, no question with them, though, is he?
Called it before the game. He was getting sent off.
Did you?
Always getting sent off against Diaz or Salah, no matter where he played. He played him right back, which was fucking mad. Like, strange decision to play him right back. Being a left back all his life, hasn't he? Shite. Absolutely shite. Too slow in the tackle. After the first one, you knew. Like, when he got booked, we went, he's off. Definitely off. He's going. No debate at all whatsoever. It's not debatable. It's 2 yellow cards. He could have been sent off for kicking the ball away as well.
Yeah.
Which in today's game, like that would have been stupid. But in today's game, that is the rules.
The way they've been doing it this season, that should have been. I wouldn't have liked them to. Actually, I would have loved them to go for that, just because it's Ashley Young and I can't stand him more than most players on that team. But no, it would have been a harsh one, but correct the way they've done it this season.
It'd be funny though.
Yeah, it would have been hilarious.
Imagine they'd have fucking exploded if they got sent off for that.
It would have been the only thing they've done all game, to be fair to fans.
I know.
And we'll come on to all that in a minute as well, because I think that needs to be addressed as well in a way. But yeah, the 2 yellows, they were Stonewall yellows. There's no question about it. People are saying Tsimikas should have had at least a yellow. Probably should have done, yeah. Absolutely.
Right after Ashley Young got booked, Tsimikas done the same thing and the referee went out.
I know, yeah. And again, I know we joke about it and we take the piss out of Everton because it's Everton, but that's where we gotta say again, that's what we're talking about when it comes to consistency. There is none.
Tsimikas could have been booked 3 times. Brilliant.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
It's stupid. It's so bad, but this week we can laugh about it. Who knows if we can next week? It's just that's what it's going to be like all season, isn't it? So just fucking get on with it, as we were told.
That's it.
Yeah, Kanate. What gets me, lad, is he done the exact same thing for his first yellow. That should have got him his second yellow, and he never got one.
Oh, it's mad, definitely. Even if it's an accident, lad, even if he's stopped him getting through, I think like there's no one behind Kanate when he does it. Brings him down, and he's probably through, and it's a red card all day, every day. Brilliant.
You know what?
I love that. Before the fucking game had even started, there was someone getting warmed up. You're going straight on now. Kanate's coming off.
Yeah.
Kanate's smiling as he's going off, thinking, I'm a lucky bastard. Great.
You know what? I've looked at it, lad, and just there's absolutely no way. My brain can't figure out a way he's gone. That's not a yellow card.
It's like it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like
it really doesn't.
He's literally stopped him from running right through the pitch towards our goal. Probably clean through if he makes it there. I can't get my head around it, lad. But when it happened, like as mad as this sounds, I was open. It was going to be a red card because the game would have opened up. Because I thought if these have got 10 men now, they're sitting in well. We're not being overly dangerous. We were creating brilliant moments, but no chances came of it. Like balls across the box where it only needs to hit a body and go in, but it just wasn't bouncing for us. So I thought maybe if this does go against us here, the game will open up. They haven't got nowhere near enough firepower to scare us, even 10 on 10. Just let them have a false pretense, come into the game a little bit and whack them on the counter. And that's what I was hoping for if he did go off, but he never.
Yeah. I don't think we'll ever understand that one, to be honest. Penalty, Michael Keane on ball. I mean, again, unquestionable.
Have you seen a picture Potwell just put up, lad, of him on the pole?
Yeah.
It's not even like it's not even. He doesn't even point as if to be like signal to another defender, like where to be, what position to be in. He just puts his hand out, like wave for a bus, flagging a taxi down. It's fucking ridiculous. I don't know why. There's just something about him. There's just someone somewhere in Everton they've got to do something stupid, whether it's Pickford saving the ball that's going over the bar to land it on the bar for us to score, or something like that. Fucking penalty. Stupid, but we should have had a second penalty as well. That should have been 1 or 2, shouldn't it? So,
well, yeah, I mean, we'll get onto that one in a minute. I think the thing with the Keane one, and some of them are even trying to say that it wasn't a penalty, but the thing for me, and I think a lot of the pundits have said that they don't like the rule the way it is. Unfortunately, that is the rule. You just got to get on with it. But it's the fact he's put his hand up the way he has before the ball's even been hit. So to try and chat that he hasn't meant it is bullshit to me. He's 100% meant it. You don't put your arm there before the ball's hit if you're not meaning to fucking try and stop it.
Yeah, his arm's out to try and block. I think his arm's out to deliberately prevent him from playing that ball because there's an obstacle in the way. It's a foul. It's an handball. It's a blatant handball. It's a deliberate handball if you want, even because he has put his hands out to try and prevent the pass. But yeah, like the rule is stupid. If he is just fucking if your arm's out there in today's game with the way the rules are, it wasn't even a reactionary thing. His arm's out instantly before he even kicks the ball. So it's a blatant penalty. But the rule is stupid. And again, we'd argue against that rule, but we get told it's the law. The law is the law. I agree with Mike Dean. The rules are the rules. Shut up and take it on the chin. So get over it.
Yeah, simple as. The other penalty. So watching it at the time, I didn't think it was a penalty. I'll be honest. I don't think that the angles that they showed on the actual game itself were the best. So I don't think they showed the right one. It's only when I've seen it on Twitter, I think it was last night or today, of his knee catching Diaz's foot that I've gone, okay, yeah, that is a pen. But at the time, I didn't think it was myself.
Oh no, I did. I jumped up screaming, wanted to fucking throw something at the telly.
I wanted the pen, but then as they showed the replay at the time, I was like, I don't know. But now that I've seen it back again properly, more angles,
there's loads of things with it for me, and I don't know what the rules are with a penalty, your position of your body and that. If Diaz is running towards the byline and he hasn't got control of the ball and he fouls him, I think it makes no fucking difference because he's not threatening at all. Do you know what I mean? He's turned him. He's about to go back in towards the pitch to play a pass or whatever, put the ball across the box, and he brings him down when he turns him. So yeah, definite penalty, 100% a penalty.
Yeah.
Anyone saying it's not mad, but again, so there's your first one. We either got a second one, and we score again. So considering they're dead proud of their Warriors, of how they played, the least passes in a Premier League game ever, the least accurate pass in a Premier League game ever, fucking 26 shots to their 6, all the possession. What the fuck were they watching? Because it wasn't the same game. Wasn't. Absolutely. I remember growing up, we used to get called deluded for saying we were going to win cups. They have a different level of fucking brainwash. Then they're mad. They're mad. They really are.
The only thing I can think the way they're working it in their head is the saying, we played well because it wasn't 5.
Possibly. I don't know whether they thought like a proper onslaught was incoming, but we haven't been in the best of form anyway. Before we've drew with Brighton, we've lost to Tottenham, even though we shouldn't have done. So that's where we're at the minute. We've got into the game probably a little bit low in confidence ourselves.
They were in better form going into the game. They'd won the last 2.
And every single player on our team who started has just played abroad, and they've got hardly any internationals. So, like, they've had fucking 2 weeks to train together and build a system to beat Liverpool. So you'd expect them to do half decent, but not to be. Absolute shite. They are one of the worst teams I've ever seen go to Anfield.
Yeah, they were awful. They were terrible. There were some good performances individually though. I thought Gravenberch was unbelievable. I actually think he was our best midfielder on the day. I think he outshined Szoboszlai. We said it a couple of episodes ago, lad. I think if he can recapture that Ajax form, 34 mils a bargain, and I think he's already showing it.
He was he offered a lot more yesterday than I thought he ever would, to be honest. He was getting back and winning the ball and, playing simple passes at times and quick, clever passes at times. The one just outside their box where it comes right at him and he just dinks it to the side, makes a load of space, stuff like that. He's boss, the way he brings the ball down, the way he gets on it. It's very, very nice to watch. Thought Szoboszlai was sound.
Yeah, he
I
was.
think as the game went on, he grew. McAllister's a bit of a concern for me at the minute because he's just not with it at all. But then you can see how creative he is with that pass out for our second. He doesn't want to be in that area of the pitch. He needs a little bit too much time on the ball and stuff like that. But you've got to accept that he's learning that role now. Whilst on the pitch, so we've got to just bear with it for now.
Yeah. I think if that's going to be the midfield going forward, though, which I mean, we've still got Jones to come back in, so who knows? But if that's going to be the midfield three, I think with Gravenberch and Szoboszlai ahead of him, I think once he's a bit more used to the role, I think he'll actually do well in it, to be honest.
I think it's certain games. So, like, I think if we were playing like a Man City there, who are going to come through the middle of the park against us, you can't have a player who's not great at that role or who's still learning. So you'd have to start Endo, who knows that role. You'd have to play a defensive mid who's going to solely be a defensive mid. And I think that's where we're at the minute. I think in the games, the opponent's a little bit weaker. We're playing McAllister because we don't have to defend as much. I think when we start playing teams who are going to come at us a bit, I think you need to replace him. But at the moment, don't get me wrong, he might be able to start alongside Szoboszlai. It's brilliant to have the options we've got. Just a shame we haven't got one or two spot-on defensive mids.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. But I think we've got to. I think it could work either way with teams like City, to be honest, because yeah, they'll come through. They'll just come through the middle, but I think they also give you more time on the ball. Yeah. We've said it before. They're not better teams like that don't want to press us because they know we can punish them. The smaller teams, I say smaller teams, I don't want to sound sort of disrespectful to them, but the smaller teams will press us because they think we've got to get the ball off them no matter what. There's a different mentality to when a big team plays us and when a smaller team plays us. Yeah,
I just think the quality, you think he's not going to get that time with someone more like Brighton sort of thing. That ball Virgil plays, it's all the goal Brighton scores Virgil's fault. It's nothing to do with McAllister. That's all. I listened to a podcast today saying, if that was Alonso, he'd have known everybody that was around him and he'd have took a touch and he'd have turned and played. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? The ball's being slammed into him. Fucking not a man on or anything. And before it's even hardly got to him, it's took off him. Nothing to do with McAllister that it was on Van Dijk, the Brighton goal. But I think he is waiting a little bit too long at times. He showed it against Everton. What I love about him is he doesn't shy away. He might lose the ball, and then he'll do everything to go and win it back, but then he'll get in the same position and still ask for it. So fair play to him for that. He doesn't fucking hide. He doesn't shy away. And just that little bit of a movement there in the second goal to shift the ball and then play it out the way he does is spot on. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he's having good parts in games, but making mistakes as well. But it's going to happen. He's learning on the job, so got to just bear with it.
Yeah.
Player, going to be a brilliant player for us, no doubt about it. We've just got to give him the time ourselves and say, we know he's not meant. He's a number 10. Don't put a number 10 outside your own box. Doesn't make fucking sense. But we're doing it for some reason, and he's going to have to learn on the job.
Yeah. You mentioned Van Dijk. I thought he was spot on.
I never,
didn't you?
No. Oh, and you know what? I'm the only one because I've looked all over Twitter and everyone's saying how much of a colossus he was and that. I thought he was shite. And I honestly do. I'll probably get loads of shit. When they did have the ball and they were coming towards us, he just shied away. He backed away, ran away from them. He got in 2 or 3 times behind us where Van Dijk could have committed to the ball and took it off them, but ran back towards his own goal and sort of like shifted the blame onto the fullback. Done it a few times. In the air, he was good, but when on the ground, when they were coming towards us with the ball, he just keep running away.
Do you think that's that Newcastle sending off playing on his mind a bit?
I don't know. I just think he's being like that. It just looks, I've said, when it's going well, it looks brilliant and effortless. When it's not going so well, it looks lazy and lethargic. And that's what I felt he looked like on the day. But I don't know whether it was just fucking maybe one too many afternoon ales or I just added in for someone because I was stressed out. But I thought he was the one there that could have cost us a fucking goal if they were going to score one.
Fair enough.
That is me and fucking hands up. Like, I haven't seen anyone else criticise him.
Mm.
So it might be me on the day. But there was a few times where the ball's like in 50-50 mode, and he's gone back towards our goal and let them have it. And it just frustrated me a little bit too many times. But in the air, spot on. When he did actually make an effort to go and win the ball, he won the ball. So, and he kept a clean sheet. So, can't really, I'm just a bastard.
No, fair enough. That, I mean, we're not always going to agree, are we? But I think when you look at the stats in terms of Calvert-Lewin had 18 touches of the ball all game. That, for me, is largely down to Van Dijk. I think they would have looked at him, in all honesty, the last few games, and I think they would have played on him over Konate, which is when you look at where Van Dijk was 2 or 3 years ago, and now you're saying he's the one that attackers might play on over someone else is just fucking mind-boggling. But I think the way it's been the last few games, I think that is the case, and so I think for that reason alone, I think he's done very well. I thought Matip, when he come on, played well as well. He got into the game fast. It's hard in situations like that to come into a game so quickly. He hasn't been warming up or not, and Klopp just went, shit, fucking get on, hurry up. So I thought he done well when he come on, and Harvey Elliott, I thought, was unbelievable when he come on.
Brilliant. Changed the game for us. Again, pressing, fucking eager to get on the ball, helping out in the defence everywhere. Fucking spot on. I love his passion. I love what he brings to the team. Still don't know his best position. Don't know where he plays. But wherever he plays, he gives us all. So can't do nothing but fucking be happy for him. Made up for him. Yeah.
I think what I've noticed with him, and it'll be hard for Harvey Elliott, like, because he won't like this situation he's in where he keeps coming off the bench, but I just think he's better coming off the bench. And I think it's the same with Darwin Núñez. And again, Darwin Núñez, they both want to start as much as possible, but I think their impact both is so much more when they're coming off the bench over starting.
Yeah, you're probably right, lad. But I feel the same with Jota. I feel like Jota's not involved in the game nowhere near as much as Núñez when he starts, but he's still, like you see him with Jota skipped through them 2 or 3 times, where he could have ended up getting a goal himself, got brought down. Brilliant when he does it, but he's not involved any other part of the pitch when we play like that. So I don't know. I still don't know our best team.
No,
I don't know. Top of slides, isn't it?
Yeah, he's it's mad, innit? A player like Szoboszlai, other teams would be saying he's the first name on your team sheet, and us you go, well, hang on, you've got Salah, you've got Alisson, you've got Trent, so he's like 4th or 5th, but he's up there.
Like, but lucky lads, we don't realise how good our team is and how good the individuals are, and it's just good. Like, as we discussed, whatever happens this season happens, we'll go again, because this is a learning season, this is a gelling season. We've had an absolute nightmare last season to our standards. As long as we fucking do better than that, get back into that top 4, that's got to be our target. But in our heads there, we're going for the league, we're going for the cups, and rightly so, because the fucking team's good enough. It's just whether they can iron out these little mistakes that they're making in the time we need to go out and get the fucking glory. But no doubt, Klopp's reaction when we're winning these games tells you all you need to know. He believes, so we believe.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Couldn't have said it better. I seen you put on Twitter you got let down for the ticket. Did you end up get one in the end?
No, didn't go.
No.
I was like, it's hard. It's like rocking all shit, lad, and with everything that happened with Danny Rose anyway. I think what's happened is the tickets I was getting have probably been offered to someone else for about fucking 5 ton. Someone's paid it. Like, I've seen that ground full of fucking helmets again. Seen videos of when we scored and there's people sat down, and it's just sickening. It's fucking sickening. It's just full of ghouls now. It's shite.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I was about to come on to, the reason I asked was because I wanted to know what you thought of the atmosphere if you were in there, but obviously you were like me. I don't know. Where did you end up going to Taggies or something, did you?
Went to church.
Yeah.
So I went to church, big fuck off screen, got in there early. First pint about fucking 11:30. Oh, terrible decision. Fucking hell. And then, yeah, we just had a little walk down, had a little bit of a pub crawl round Anfield. And it was fucking sound, but seeing videos after it, like, of the inside the stadium, even on the, like, obviously big massive screen, big massive speaker, can hear the commentators, no atmosphere.
No, there wasn't.
Not that I could gather. Just sounded flat, both ends. Didn't hear Everton at all. Not once. I heard a few Liverpool songs, but just I've seen a video they've recorded of our fans during nothing happening. I don't know why they're recording our fans, but it's dead. And I've seen a video of our fans recording the Everton end when we scored a penalty, and our stand hardly moves. It's shocking. It's fucking. There was a few like jeers. Yay!
Yeah.
Just scored in fucking late on in Derby to probably win it. It shouldn't be like that. Like it was bad.
Yeah,
and that's what's happening now. You've seen what the club tried to do to get the hospitality sorted. They're asking people who were forwarding tickets on to the mates to instead sell them back to the club so they could sort out the people who've been let down in any road. Most of that up at any road, hospitality. So the club are fucking rats as well.
Yeah.
And that's all they want. They're not asked. It's mad because they sell the atmosphere as an image for the club. They use all the spying cop lads' flags and all that on all their images. The likes of that behind you will be somewhere fucking within the stadium. That's us. That's what the real fans create, and that's what we bring to the club. But for some reason, none other than money, they want these fucking dickheads who go one game a season. I've seen people on TikTok and that moaning about people shouting and doing wanker gestures. Mad. It's fucking mad. It burns my head out though, like, because we should be able to just go to the match with our fellas and just go right from that. I want to fucking ticket, but it's not.
It's not even like I said the atmosphere was admittedly poor, but the Everton end was no better. I think they done the woo once and then cheered like they'd won the World Cup when they got a corner, as they do.
They love them corners, don't they?
Absolutely love the corners, but I think someone commented like saying, our atmosphere isn't for 12-30 kickoffs against small teams, it's for big teams. It's like, no, that's not what it used to be. Like, I remember years ago, me, you, and a few of the other lads, when we were like 13, 14, went to a League Cup game against Middlesbrough, lad. Neil Mellor got two. And I think we paid about £8 for the
game.
Yeah, we paid about £8 for the tickets, lad. And you'd think it was the fucking Champions League final, the atmosphere in there, compared to what it is today. No, and that's what it should be like. Every game should be treated as a big game. It shouldn't matter who it is. You get into fucking watch Liverpool.
No, it's hard. I get that it's hard. Like the likes of the Europa League and that, when you don't know the fucking opposition, unless you wouldn't know one of their players if you fell over them. Do you know what I mean? It's hard to get up for that because you're fully expecting to win. The derby, regardless of how you feel about Everton, even though they are absolutely shit, it's the Merseyside derby. If for some horrible reason some fluke happened and they won 1-0, we wouldn't hear the end of it for years. So that's why we get nervous, just in case it ever happens. No, I think it's happened once in about fucking 20 odd years, and we didn't hear the end of it.
Yeah,
still don't know. You know what I mean? But
no,
you've got to be going that Merseyside derby with nothing but fucking fire in your belly to be up for that match. You want to be letting our players know we're there and how much it means. And Soboslai at the end of it said he's never heard nothing so loud.
Yeah, I
don't know whether that's the roar when we've scored and the elation of probably the most people in the cop and that. But I didn't hear it. But I wasn't there, so I can't really comment. But so I think local lads are getting pissed off. Not local, just local fucking people who go all the time. Not local. Like regular match goers, whether you be from fucking Ipswich, fucking London, Liverpool, Norway, people who go every game are getting fed up of sitting next to people who haven't been there before. They're not interested in the results. They're asked about taking photos of the fucking rollover hot dog at the pitch side, and they're not really bothered about what goes on. We need to fucking stamp something in so this stops. And
the thing is, it's not even like most people aren't even bothered about them doing all that, but do it all before or after the game. Don't do it during.
And I've said it for years. I've had accounts set up to try and fucking drum into people why you're going to Anfield. If you're going to Anfield for your photos and that, at least be part of the atmosphere. Be able to go home to your mates and say, I was there and I was part of the noise that you heard. Not that I recorded it all and fucking took pictures of it all. Go and tell everyone you were there and you were part of it. And that's what we need need to drum into people. If you go into Anfield, be part of it, not just witnessing it. And that's, but it's just, football's just not the same anymore, is it?
No.
Know what I mean, lads? I used to go to the game for 14 quid, buy a programme, 2 or 3 quid, fucking pie, 2 quid, drink a quid, be fucking sound. You're in there, you're enjoying it, you're singing your fucking ass off till you fall over, till you can't breathe, and you proper enjoy it. You go home with no throat. You can't wait to get into school on the Monday to tell all your mates you've been the match, and you fucking can't speak. And it's just not like that anymore. The local kids now are all wearing the same fucking clobber, all going like a fucking fancy dress costume, not a bit of red on them. If you're not in the latest trainees, the latest jacket and that, you're a wool.
And you get called a wool if you're wearing any bit of red as well, by the way.
It needs turfing. The cop should be red. Anfield should be red. You should go with a scarf. The fucking lads used to boot fuck out of all the cockneys and that in the 70s, used to wear a silver silk, a fucking red silk scarf around the fucking wrist, around the fucking head, around the neck, wherever. But you had red on you to show who you were. It was a pride thing. Now, like, it's embarrassing to wear red. Fucking swear it, start wearing your red again.
Yeah.
Fucking it's like a funeral. Every gangs of 20-year-old fucking lads, all in black, head to toe, all in the same rig out. And don't get me wrong, looks fucking sound. It's our little Scouse trend. We fucking thrive off it. We love it. We separate trends everywhere around fucking the world. But stop it. Put a bit of red on.
Yeah,
put a badge on.
Throw a fucking splash of red on. No one's gonna fucking say anything. Like, you go in the match. It's like it's become like taboo to wear fucking club colours at a match. It's fucking mad, isn't it?
Like,
I don't get
better. Like, do you see that? Abigail.
Yeah.
Got a bit slated. We've got a fucking song. We love to see the lasses with the red scarves on. Say no more.
And then one wears one. Nah, you're a wool. What?
Nothing better than seeing people enjoying themselves at the match, lad, and showing a bit of passion with the fucking scarves and that. Best atmosphere you'll ever see. Last time it happened, Man City, Ring of Fire, everyone swinging the scarves around. Fucking boss.
Yeah. It's weird. The culture's just gone a bit mad with the club, lad.
It's mad. It's like a proper separation, but you know, you get people flying from all over the world to come and watch us. Some people do it religiously. I've spoke to people, I spoke to 2 lads from Sweden a couple of years ago, and they were saying, like, do you go on holiday? I was like, yeah. Where'd you go? Well, fucking here, there, Mexico, fucking. He said, well, this is our holiday. This is what we save up for, because it cost us about fucking $3,000 to come over. Go to the match, flights, hotels, spends. So he said, this is what we do. We come for like a week and try and catch a European game and a weekend game, and then we'll come another week. So fair play to you. And they were fucking red in the face, screaming and singing, and tried to get me to have one of them fucking tobacco pouches, lad. But that's what I mean. There's no dividing sense of, we're not asked where you're from. No one's asked where you're from, as long as you come and you're worth that seat by having a fucking sing and a dance and enjoying it, showing your passion. That's all we want. We want that ground full of them people. I'd rather take every fucking scouser who sits down in silence out the ground and swap them with 2 lads like them.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's for everyone.
Yeah, that's it. Like you said, all we want is come and be part of the atmosphere.
That's it.
It shouldn't be difficult, should it, really? But I don't know.
It's just modern football, lad. Everything's on TikTok and fucking Instagram and live, and like, it's just it does me head in, lad. You see that fucking divvy? I don't know if you're onto him, Thogden. Does me head in. Absolutely can't stand him. Oh, his fucking car breaks down on the way home. But he got in there, lad, and he was like, controversy in the derby. It's like, you don't give a fuck. You're a Bolton fan. You try to fucking say the Bolton keeper was your brother. You fucking helmet. I'm on to you. Yeah. Does me head in. He needs eradicating off this planet. You don't want to love off that kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's his brothers. That fucking he need, like I said, lad, just eradicate him. But look, that's the way it is. Just got to fucking. It's just modern footy. You just got to, instead of accepting it, you've got to start doing something about it. Like, I'm not saying bully people, but fucking, if you go to a foreign ground, if you go to Germany or you go to fucking somewhere like fucking Feyenoord or somewhere like that,
or like what Sanzalpino's just done, just being over to Boca Juniors. He got fucking told to fuck off to the back of the stadium because you're not one of us. Fucking do one. Stop. Why you stood in the middle with all us when you're not one of us? Fuck off to the back of the stadium, and he had to. So fair play. That's what we should be doing. If you're there with your phone out, either fuck off to the back where we can't see you, or take the phone off them. That's what. Like we've got to start being a bit aggressive with it. So if you're in, like, it just fucking ruins the likes of our atmosphere.
Yeah,
it ruins how I feel about going the game. Like, and my dad's even worse than me. If I take my dad the game and someone sat down in front of him and fucking moaning, he'll just tell him.
Yeah, and I can imagine he would, to be fair. Knowing your dad like I do, yeah, you definitely would.
Unless you're incapable, don't get me wrong. The last game I went to with my dad, what game was it? I think it was Europa League game this season. We stood there, we stood in the Kop, and my dad's made up, right? He's absolutely made up that the stands are in, and you can the whole Kop standing. He's buzzing. The fucking fella behind him is about 80, and he sat down, and I went to my dad, "Don't turn around because you'll flip." And he's like, "Why?" I said, "Because you're going to get told to sit down." He went, "I fucking won't. So he turns around and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, I'm going to have to sit down, aren't I?" I said, "No." So my dad spoke to him and was like, "If you need me to sit down, mate, I will do," so he could see. The fella was like, "No, I'm all right." The fella was fucking hanging on for dear life on this pole all game. Brilliant. Fucking spot on. And that's it. If it's something that needs to be done for someone's safety or age or whatever, then I get it. But if you're fine and you can stand up for 45 minutes, sit down for 15, stand back up for 45 minutes, and you're not, then you shouldn't be in there.
Yeah. And it's not even just our ground, lad. It's like, all these other teams that you've heard for years have had got these boss atmospheres. Newcastle, I think they were around this weekend, or a game recently, and their atmosphere was shit. But you look at foreign, you mentioned, like, you look at teams in Germany and stuff like that. How many times you look at Dortmund or something and go, I'd fucking love to go to a game there. How often do you say it about an English team? I know you wouldn't really as much because it's more of a rival, but like, say you weren't a Newcastle fan, or say you weren't a Liverpool fan, you had nothing against Newcastle. I wouldn't look at Newcastle and go, I'd love to go to a game there.
No, there's not.
But at the minute, I wouldn't say it about Anfield, I'll be honest.
No, but that's it. When the big games start coming, and I don't know our angles, because obviously you've seen there that ground's full of fucking reptiles against Everton. Loads of people who shouldn't be in that ground are there taking photos and just say they were there, not part of the atmosphere. And then when you play someone like Man City, I don't know what happens. It just picks up like fucking by 10. Goes up 10 notches, and everyone's together and everyone's like how it should be. It's fucking weird. It baffles me. I just don't. I don't know what the cause is.
People say it's like it's only big games and that, but even you look at the Arsenal game last season where they fucking bottled the league pretty much. The atmosphere was shit until fucking Xhaka started having a fucking little Barney with Trent.
Yeah,
before that, it was poor. And you do need that, but like
it's hard when the game's shite. Like the game's shite, and I get it. The game's shite. It's half 12 kick-off. It's always a bit fucking harder. Don't know why. It's just always a bit flat half 12, but not for a Merseyside derby. It should never be.
No,
shouldn't be. If you're that worried that you can't do both, stay in on the Friday.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. If you're fucking gonna just sit there all depressed in a Merseyside derby, then don't go out on the Friday. Probably fucking people in kettles sat there can't even see the match, just to say they've been. It's just a waste of a fucking ticket for me, that. But God, we've gone miserable considering we just won the derby. Why do we do it to ourselves?
Because we have to talk about everything. That's the thing, lad.
But no, it's frustrating. I don't know why it happens. Like if you filled that ground with 100% locals, it'd still be the same, because you'd still have the same people. You'd have people who only want to watch it. They don't want to be part of it. So it doesn't matter where you're from or fucking where you get your tickets. It's always going to be a fight. There's always going to be a fight against the people who want to spectate and the people who want to be part of it. Like when I used to go the match, I couldn't really fucking tell you what happened in the match, lad. I'd be like with the lads and I'd have my back turned at times, and you'd be fucking just putting all your energy into fucking singing and bouncing, and them Torres times, lad, when you'd be bouncing, you'd have your back to the pitch sometimes, and you'd miss bits.
Yeah.
Just the thing about going the game was being there for the team and having the atmosphere. Now it's to sit and record it all or fucking take photos, and I think it's just shit.
Yeah. No, it is. But look, let's move on for this. Let's move on. Let's try and get a bit fucking positive again, eh? Thursday, we got Toulouse at Anfield. I haven't played them for probably, I don't know how long it is now, but I think it's about 16, 17 years. Champions League qualifier. Yeah, Mark Gonzalez scored. I remember that. I was at the game. And if I remember right, it's the game when he played Zed at Anfield. For Reece Jones.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest.
I think, don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly certain.
I couldn't tell you the opponent for that.
Yeah, no, I think, as I say, it was Toulouse, but again, don't quote me directly on that. I could be wrong, but look, it's been a long time. I think they've had a very up and down time since then, because that was obviously Champions League. Back in a decent place now, getting in Europe. So I think it's going to be similar to the other two games. It's going to be easy in the sense that we should win, but it's not going to be easy in the sense that they're still going to give us a game.
Yeah, well, again, like speaking about the atmosphere, that's a game you want to turn up for and go, right, let's get behind the lads who are on the pitch. Let's get them over the line, win that. We're fucking through, aren't we? More or less. So, yeah, turn up, fucking get right behind the lads, and let's see if we can make that statement, because we're yet to make it in Europe. We need to go out and blitz someone soon. They're not a bad outfit, so it should be a decent game. We've just got to make sure we play, an half decent side.
Yeah. Are you hoping? I was going to say expecting, but more hope. Are you hoping to see anyone in particular on Thursday, player-wise?
I want to see Endo starting. I want to see McAllister getting a chance higher up the pitch, but I don't know whether that's just going to fucking confuse him. Because I don't know what the situation is with him. I would like to see McAllister start in the 10 and Endo start in the 6. I'd like to see Quansah start.
Yeah, me too.
I think he deserved it. I think Harvey Elliott deserves a start. And I think Nunes. Yeah. But again, it's hard because you want to start your best players, and we don't know ours yet. Our squad's mind-boggling, and in a good way. That like it is. You don't know. I physically couldn't tell you our best 11. We haven't got one.
No, it's tough, isn't it?
Don't know the best midfields. Don't know the best force, because it depends which player turns up. Jota on his day is fucking frightening, but Nunes on his day is just as frightening, if not more. Luis Diaz wouldn't. I've seen him getting a bit of shit against Everton. He tore them apart. he was involved in everything dangerous we created. So, because he's one of them players, he's going to be like Thiago, where when you watch him, he's lovely to watch, absolutely lovely on the eye, does everything right, but his direct contributions aren't as much as you'd like to see from a player of his ability. So his assists and his goals mightn't come, but he might create the attack himself.
Yeah.
So
like the pre-assist.
It doesn't go down as a goal or an assist, but without him doing what he does,
it doesn't happen.
Come. So we've got to accept that as well. He's quality.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how there can be a question about him, to be honest. But again, people just like to fucking blame someone, even when it's going well. Like, I don't think anybody comes out of that derby for us looking bad in any way. And yet there'll be people who will still say and be like, well, he didn't do this, and his left toe was in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it made him run at 37 miles an hour instead of 38, and it's just not good enough. And it sounds ridiculous, but that's what these people do. They make up scenarios in their own head and then get pissed off about them.
No. Well, that's what I mean. That's why I didn't want to go too heavy on Van Dijk before, because again, in fucking overall, he played well, but there was parts of his game that I actually had turned me down a few times. Went like, why is he not doing this? Why is he not doing that? But it came to nothing. They never got any shots off because of it. So I'll just shut up and calm down there.
I think on the Toulouse game as well, I think just to slightly go back to that in regards to players, I think we'll see Curtis Jones on Thursday, obviously with him being banned in the league.
It's a good problem to have as well, because like I think I named three or four midfielders I want to see play. We only play three. You've mentioned him, so there is like Gravenberch deserves to play based on his derby performance, but you want to see Curtis Jones. He might get like brought on, or I don't know. He's only been banned, hasn't he? So he might start. Elliot.
Yeah, like I said, lad, it's a nice sort of problem to have. It's a problem we didn't really have last season, so it's nice to be in this position again. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Europa League, it's been fun so far. It's been mad. Not like I thought I was going to not really enjoy watching us play against these sort of weaker European teams, but I reckon it's been fun, lad. I think especially that last one. Was it last or yeah, last who we played first when they took the lead? I was like, all right, yeah, I'm just gonna.
What a goal as well.
I know it was a belter, wasn't it?
Well,
so yeah, I'm looking forward to it, lad. It's Europe, innit? We're taking it. We got to take it seriously. We want to win it.
That's it. It's in our DNA to win cups, and like we've never shied away from that before. When we've been in the competition, we've tried to win it, so we've got to go for it. We've got to try and do it in style, like. And I think as the group stages go past and we get into the last 16, the quarterfinals and stuff like that, you'll start seeing how serious we take it. Like, but start playing our best 11 then on Thursdays and Sundays, and try and get the cup. But I fucking want it. Like I've seen someone put before, would you be happy if we finished third comfortably and won the Europa League? I'm like, no. I would be. Don't get me wrong, I would be, but not at this moment in time. If you offered me that now, I'd tell you no.
Yeah.
Say no. League.
Yeah, no. I know what they're trying to say, but it's like where we are at this position, at this stage in the season. It's like absolutely not. Why would we settle for that?
Season, that's a good season.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. If we can win a trophy and finish in the top four comfortably, sound. But no, we need to be quietly going for that league.
Yeah, definitely. Look, let's get on to the few questions we've got. They're all from your little Jedi this week. Two are not quite as crazy as they normally are, and then he gave us the goods after that. He gave us a third one, and hit us with a bit of fucking madness. And then
I nervous.
I know, yeah, he's the only one who. I said this to him the other day. I was like, your questions are just mad, and he was like, I'm going to try and tone them down a bit. I was like, no, you can't tone them down. Like yours are the ones that make us think the most.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, then I'll keep them as they are. But then after that, so I asked Jay to put down his worst ever Liverpool 11, and I've done my own, so we'll go by that sort of position by position, because I've seen someone put it on Twitter a few days ago. Apologies, I can't remember who it was, but it just got me thinking this would be a good little talking point to end an episode on. So it's happening today, but we'll get to that in a minute. So with regards to his questions, I say first two are quite easy. Actually, I say quite easy. They're just not as mad. Certainly not easy. So first one, what's your all-time six-a-side team? But the rule is you can't choose a player who won more than 2 major trophies.
Fucking hell. That's impossible, isn't it?
Six-a-side. So I'm gonna go
Liverpool or all time?
He hasn't specified, but I'd have to assume Liverpool. Like, which I don't know if that makes it easier or harder, to be honest, but I'd have to say Pepe Reina in goal. Only got an FA Cup with us. As a major trophy anyway. Obviously, he had I think he got the Super Cup in there. He got the Community Shield, but they're not major trophies, so I'm going to go with him. And then this again straight away, this is where it gets hard, because it's see, I genuinely
hard, lads, because I don't think there's many.
There's
not many of the good players who haven't won.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Reina in goal. 2 defenders. I'm gonna go Daniel Agger, and I'm gonna go Martin Skrtel, because they're the only ones I can think of who were there a long time and didn't win loads. 2 midfielders is even harder. Who can we say? I'm gonna say Coutinho. Fucking hell, yeah. and who's another one? Coutinho and Raul Morelos.
Good player, then,
And then up front, one striker, Torres.
Right? So, when did we sign Dudek?
Dudek, we got him.
He won the Champions League and the FA Cup, but didn't he say more than 2?
Yeah, no more than 2.
So I'll have Dudek in goal to change it a bit.
Yeah.
I'll have, for the 6-a-side, for a laugh, I'll have Kyrgiakos. I'll have Dudek, Kyrgiakos. I'm going to have... Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I'll have to go Agger. Midfielder. Yossi Benayoun.
Oh.
And Suarez.
Oh, you need one more. It's 6-a-side.
Oh, Yossi Benayoun with... Trying to think. Oh, I'm fucking stuck here. I'm trying to stay away from yours. I'm going to have Yossi Benayoun, Suarez and Torres.
Yeah. When I read it originally, I thought, yeah, that should be quite simple. That, and then when you actually think about it, like, fucking hell.
Defensively, I'd get fucked there, like, but Kyrgiakos was... Imagine turning up to a 6-a-side game and seeing Kyrgiakos, lad, you'd just get off, wouldn't you?
You've won straight away. That's the thing, lad, with Kyrgiakos there. Like, no one's going near him. So you'd be all right. So, as always, fucking... Was madder than it seemed at first, but yeah, nice one. Next one is a bit more straightforward. So we said, who's your dream podcast guest? I personally love to see any of the 2005 Champions League winners.
You're the host, who's yours?
So, to be honest, I haven't really got one dream guest. I've always had sort of like 5 in my head, but I think
one of them.
no, if I had to choose any, Kenny.
Who?
Kenny Dalglish.
Kenny Dalglish. Jurgen Klopp. Like, if we could never have a guest on ever and only have him, I think it would have been worth it.
Yeah, it would. And that's the thing. It's like my top 5 would probably be Gerrard, Kenny Dalglish, Klopp, Rafa, and then like probably Robbie Fowler or someone like that.
Yeah, I'd have. Yeah, I know. Klopp. See, it's different. I'd love Klopp, Dalglish, Roy Evans. I think Roy Evans, because he's probably one of the last ones who was in the boot room. So he'd have stories of Shankly, Paisley, Ronnie Moran. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking Graham Souness. I'd love to speak to him. Phil Thompson. John Aldridge.
There's too many, isn't he? Let's be honest. So that was number 2. And then number 3 is where it gets a bit more like your little Jedi. So Halloween is approaching and you're in the mood to go to Hutch Eaton. Craig Bellamy is going dressed as Tiger Woods and Elad Diouf is going as himself because he's ugly. Name a former Ed you're dressing up as and one who you're taking with you.
Oof. Right. Oh, I'm dressing up as Abel Xavier for the controversy, and I'm taking with me John Arnery.
So you're not going to believe me, right? My honest to God first thought with that was Abel Xavier.
What's it?
Stick the hair, lad, with me. I've got the hair as well. I'll just fucking gel it right up, dye it white. Lad, I'd be fucking flying. But I'll try and think of who's I'm trying to think of someone else now to mix it up a bit. I'll say I'm gonna go as David James when they all had the white suits. And who am I taking with me? Razor.
Razor Ruddock.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he's just a lunatic, as we well know.
He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, unbelievable. So, yeah, thank you very much, you little Jedi, as always.
I love the way you say your little Jedi, you know. Little
It's
Jedi.
just it's fun to say, lad. I just it's just fun to say.
Get well soon, lad.
So now it's time. I hope you put a lot of thought into this. So it's your worst ever Liverpool 11. As I say, gonna go position by position. I picked mine as like a 4-3-3. So I've got 3 centre mids, a winger, 2 wingers, and a striker. So
I've gone the same. Like I've gone 4-3-3, but 3 forwards. Some of mine's controversial, but they're based on my thoughts. So
Yeah.
fucking go.
That's all I wanted. So who have you got in goal?
Carriers. Hate him.
Okay.
Shite.
I'm assuming that's purely
Based on
Madrid.
shite. Based
Not
on
Madrid, fucking
costing us a
Kiev.
European Cup. Based on him being shite when we brought him back into the fold. Based on him giving a fucking corner away off a goal kick, which I've never seen before and might never see again. So Carriers, yeah.
Okay. My goalkeeper is Charles Itangi.
He ran out over on the lengths. Great.
But there's another reason why he's in there, but for no other reason, honestly. For just
Peggy Alfexet.
he was another one I was thinking of, but no, Charles Itangi simply for fucking laughing and joking Jordan Hill's memorial, nothing else.
Yes, that way, innit?
So yeah, that was that. Who've you got at right back?
Yosemite.
It was okay. It was a toss up
and solely because, you know what, I couldn't really think of anyone who was a poor right back, so I would have had to change my system because he's on every photo with the European Cup and he didn't kick a fucking ball. No.
Fair enough. I went with Philip Deggan. Simply because so you say Yosemite's on every picture with the European Cup and he never kicked the ball. Like, I genuinely can't actually remember Philip Deggan kicking a ball for Liverpool. And that's why he's on for me.
Fair dues.
Who did you put at left back?
Konchesky.
Yeah.
The worst signing ever. Like, the most unflattering, destroying fucking signing of all time.
Yeah.
Was he yours?
Yeah, he was mine. I had Julian Dickstein at first. And then
mine's based on what I can remember. I can't remember Dick's, but
that's why I took him out. As soon as I remembered Konchesky, he was like, yeah, fucking Konchesky can be every position in the squad, to be fair. Terrible. So who's your first centre half?
Phil Babb.
Oh,
I fucking couldn't bear him. Every time the ball went near our box, I wanted the keeper to punch him. He was shout. And I feel bad because he had a few games and he busted balls for us, literally. But no, he was like fucking Bambi on ice. Couldn't get my head around him.
Fair enough. My first centre back, so I've gone. This is a player from the time when we were going through that little phase of signing Scandinavian players. We had Leonards and we had Stig Ingerbjorn, Bjorn Torkvarm.
And my one,
and
my second one,
Frode Kippe, or whatever his name is.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
He's an elite Serie N, the Norwegian league. He's a legend there. Played over 400 games for Lillestrøm, and he was fucking dog shit for us. Is the only way to describe it. So he's in there.
Fair play.
Who's your second one?
Cavani.
There you go.
Cavani. Same era, same time scales. He was the same lad.
But yeah. Yeah.
And I think he went on to have a good career as well.
Yeah.
Similar, but just fucking never done it for us.
No.
I just remember like the ball bouncing in our box and falling over. Thinking, oh no.
Fair enough. I like it. So my next one feels a little bit harsh because I don't think he really got too much of a chance at us, but I've gone with Danny Wilson. And I think it's just because he reminds me too much of that little Roy Hodgson era, bringing in fucking the players. I think three Roy Hodgson signings appeared in my squad.
Just made me change one of my fucking players.
Yeah, so I think he just reminds me too much of that era, to be honest. I had Ben Davies in there, to be fair, before him, but I thought I can't put someone in there who didn't kick a ball.
For us. Where did he go?
He's at Rangers, isn't he?
Fucking hell.
We sold him for a profit without him playing a game for us.
Mad, aren't we?
Fucking special. Right then, who've you got as who's your first centre mid?
So I'm going with like 3 centre mids and 3 forwards.
All right.
So based on you reminding me of Roy Hodgson's era, and then it pushed me on to King Kenny and Simon Charlie Adam. So Charlie Adams in there for being an absolute fucking crab.
He was nearly in mine, and only because, right, and it's the weirdest memory I've got of him, because it's a good memory in a way. It's just after he scored his first goal for us, and he's running away to celebrate, lad, and he looks like he's running through tar. Like he's dragging at the air to try and run.
He's running. It's a gap in between his teeth.
But I'm looking at him and like, you're not moving.
Scooby-Doo, lad.
Yeah. So my first centre mid is Arthur. Because he played 13 minutes for us and then never existed again. And again, he's one of them. I don't think he's a weird one, because I think he was all right at Barca. He was all right at Juve, and I think he's playing well at Fiorentina now. And then for us, he just forgot to be a human being.
We signed him injured though, didn't we?
I think so. Yeah, we signed him injured. He come on, played 13 minutes and then was injured again. It was like Thiago, but the worst part of it, like he played less, was worse than him. Just everything about him was just awful. So yeah, he's my first one. Centre midfield then, number 2.
Christian Poulsen.
He's mine. He's my second one.
Is he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just again, fucking had the look of Nedved. Fucking that was about it.
The look of Nedved and the ability of Danny Dyer in Mean Machine.
Shocking. Just again, it was just that era. Just not to be. Nothing was ever going to work out with him in the team.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything. Couldn't attack. Couldn't defend. Couldn't pass a ball. Shocking.
Yeah. Again, my only real memory of Christian Poulsen is not even a football one. The only memory I have of him existing is I was working for my uncle on a fucking market on Hope Street, and he bought something off us. And that's the memory I have of Christian Poulsen.
What did he buy?
I can't even remember, it was obviously a lot. It was fucking 13 years ago now, but I just remember that it was him, because I was like, shit, it's Christian Poulsen. And then I started watching him play football. I was like, Christian Poulsen, shit. So, centre mid number 3. Aquilani's man.
On the basis that I actually watched the YouTube video on him and nearly wet myself on how good it was on YouTube, and couldn't believe we were getting this player for that price. And then the rest is history. He looked like the fella out of Journey, but couldn't sing, couldn't tackle, couldn't play footy.
Yeah, he had no redeeming quality. No, I think for me, the reason he's in there for me is, one, the price at the time, 20 mil at that time was huge, and he come in as the Alonso replacement, lad, and it's like he made it after he was gone. It was like, I wish we got Gareth Barry instead as the Alonso replacement.
I convinced myself that he was going to be better than Alonso because of YouTube, lad, and I haven't watched anyone on YouTube since.
Yeah,
I shouted me dad into my room. I was like, yeah, get on this player we've just bought, flying in 20 miles an hour with fucking 2-footed tackles, digging the ball out of his own box, winning it, spraying it 60 yards, volleys on the edge of the box, barring ins, fucking everything you wanted in this player, we didn't get.
Yeah.
Yeah, only, like, and don't get me wrong, he got injuries and never fulfilled his potential for whatever reason, but based on what he was made to look like compared to what he was, that's why he's in my team. Because there's probably worse footballers than him that we've had, but Bernard Diamede being one of them, Sally Gow, but nah, he goes there.
Yeah, and that's it. I was thinking maybe Salif Diao could go in there, but then I thought to myself, he fucking tried hard. He was always available.
Goal, didn't he?
And I think that was the reason Biscan didn't go in there as well. Little cult hero.
Biscan was my little cult hero.
Well, he was. And the thing is, with Biscan, he was terrible for like the first 4 years of his career, and then fucking the season we won the Champions League, the run into Istanbul, he was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, do you know what? You're actually talking. Biscan's got to play. Biscan's got to play Istanbul, yeah, because he's been that good. Fair play to him. But yeah, Salif Diao, lad, we'd be winning 1-0. They'd have the ball like the edge of our box, no danger whatsoever. We'd have every man back, and he'd just fly in with an elbow or something. Boots, fucking concede off the goal, off the free kick every week.
Now, I think one person who was very close to making mine was Bruno Chedu, and that's just because of the hype that he had. The next Zidane, all this shite. But I think the reason he didn't make it in was simply because if he fucking made Istanbul happen with. I think, he scored the goal that fucking made us qualify for the Champions League that season.
I can't remember that. I can only remember him scoring 2, and one was against Chelsea.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
And
I could be mistaken on that, but again, I'm fairly sure.
That's the moment you're saying, and even the commentator said then, and like the next Zidane and all that. Like,
so again, the Chelsea goal kept him out of the team just about. So. Well done, Bruno. Okay, who's your first attacker?
Voronin.
Yeah, okay.
Andre Voronin, because he couldn't fucking play football. I feel like he should have been a wrestler. Looked like Triple H. He just ran funny, controlled the ball funny, hit the ball funny. And he was one of them players that I really wanted to do well. I wanted to like him. He was just shite.
Yeah. I remember when we were signing him, and I used to tell myself that he was going to be great because he was Andrei Shevchenko's partner for Ukraine. And that was my only thing I could tell you about him. But again, he's another one of them. I think we got him from Leverkusen. He was good for them. He went away to other teams and was good. It was just Liverpool was obviously a step too far for him, kind of thing.
Don't get me. I think also though is during them era that like the players we're talking about now, some of the players they were playing with was shite as well. You know what I mean? So I think if you put our fucking best midfield in with a player like Andre Voronin, he gets a few more goals and doesn't look as bad.
Yeah.
But he was shite.
Yeah, that's it. As I say, I don't mind as kind of right winger and left winger, but I think all three of them you could just call attackers anyway. So
yeah,
my first one, Iago Aspas, for no other reason than that corner.
No, he was shit. And again, he's gone on to great things.
He's been unbelievable for Celta Vigo.
Brilliant, but just not to be at us.
No.
Get that out my head.
That was that's the worst thing I've ever seen on a football pitch, to be honest. Just terrible. But yeah, that was just okay. Fair enough. That was your second one. Yeah, I had a feeling he'd be in there for both of us, to be honest, because to take the number 9 as well, it's like it just added insult to injury.
Definitely. Like, fuck's sake. He didn't do anything for us, did he?
No, not even. I don't even think he scored for us, to be honest. If he did, I can't remember it.
No.
So my next one, because yours obviously was Aspas, Milan Jovanovic. Again, just reminds me of that Roy Hodgson era. I don't even know how many games he played for. I'd be surprised if he got into double figures in games, but he was just shit. It was a weird signing. Why we were getting a fucking 29, 30-year-old fucking Serbian left winger who'd never been anywhere near this part of the world in his life on a free just was weird.
And again, you try and convince yourself it's a decent sign. You start looking at fucking videos of him playing for Serbia and that. Don't know whether they'd just been a competition on when we signed him.
Possibly.
I'm fucking watching Serbia play, thinking, because I'm sure he was good for them.
Yeah.
And he was.
That's it.
I took him out. For Voronin.
Did you? Okay.
Voronin was just, again, I think Voronin, based on what he'd done at his previous club, his expectations were a bit higher as well.
Yeah.
So why he got in mind.
Fair enough.
So,
who's your final attacker then?
The biggest cunt on the planet to walk the earth. El Hadji Youth.
Yeah, he's man.
Fucking rat. Hate his guts. Shit player.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest, there was only ever going to be one choice of sort of striker, let's say, in that squad. He was a terrible player, for one. And he's even worse person, yeah.
Yeah, horrible.
And to be honest, though, like I was trying to think of strikers who genuinely could be in there, and I was going to put Sean Dundee in there, but I thought, again, didn't really play for us, can't remember him for us, so I'm not having him. And then you start going to like your Ngogs and your Benteke's and that, but then when I look back on them, I think to myself, Ngog will always have that winner against United.
Yeah, you've got moments. That's it. As long as you've got a moment. Even Divock Origi, lad, obviously nowhere near this level, but he's like, when Jurgen Klopp done his evening at the Shankly and he was saying about how much Liverpool fans, he's done so many amazing things, but he also done a lot of shit things as well, which he did. He weren't a great player, was he? But no. He was a fucking great cult hero because he scored big goals. Once you hit one big moment, even Andy Carroll, that goal against Everton at Wembley, there you go. You cemented.
That's why he didn't make my squad, because
you've got good memory. I haven't got one good memory from any of these fuckers. Not one.
No. And again, like I said with some of them, my memories of them aren't even fucking football related. So that proves it.
Off, yeah.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, that was a good bit of fun. That.
Good way to 2 hours podcast. Like,
I know, yeah. Good way to end it though. But look, we've kept you here for a while today, so appreciate everybody who does watch or listen. Drop us a follow on Twitter or X, because the world's weird now. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, subscribe on YouTube if you are watching in that way. But look, other than that, good win at the weekend. Going to be a good win on Thursday.
Couldn't tell. You wouldn't know if you only just tuned in the last hour.
Fucking hell.
You wouldn't know we played at Derby.
I know, yeah, fucking hell.
Also, if anyone's got any feedback, because obviously we listen to other podcasts as well, and we know we're a bit raw and we swear a bit, and we're not as professional as the others, but that's what we want to do it like. We want to do it like 2 lads having a conversation in the fucking pub after a match. That's what we prefer to listen to. That's what we prefer to give out. So if there's any issues with it, give us a shout. But it's going quite well, isn't it, lad?
It is. We're enjoying it, and that's all we ever wanted from it, wasn't it? Let's be honest. So hopefully there's people out there who are enjoying it along with us. But look,
we'll stop being miserable.
Us miserable? Never. No, look, again, appreciate everybody who does take the time to just give us any feedback, interact with us on social media and things like that, because it means everything. I'll always try and include people who do interact regularly in the podcast, and your little Jedi on Twitter will attest to that. Whenever I'm asking for questions, I'll specifically tag him, because he's commented a lot and he's interacted a lot. So anyone else who does the same, I'll do the exact same with them as well. Because without anybody listening and watching, then we're just 2 divvies fucking chatting to no one. So we can't do this without you. So again, appreciate all the support and everything, and just
nice community, innit?
Yeah, that's it. That's all we
community of people on X and Instagram getting together, listening to us. But it's mad, like, obviously we've got people from around the world who listen as well, which is crazy. But what we like about it, and up to now, the way we're doing it's going well. So just got to keep at it.
That's it. But until next week, up the Reds.
Up the fucking Reds.